Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Explosive Mahmood, and today I've got a transfer battle. James Maddison take on aouar. Who should Arsenal sign? This is a transfer battle. The statistics show that Max Aarons should be signed at right back, but this is Maddison versus aouar. Subscribe if you're new around here. This is James Maddison, who plays for Leicester City in the Premier League, and aouar, who plays for Lyon in Ligue 1. I've got the stats and everything written down on this sheet of paper right here. So before I get on my opinion, I'll just say basically they can play centre mid, left wing, and cam. Arsenal are looking for a creator because Smith Rowe, he's a good creator, but we had Odegaard on loan, and then Smith Rowe is a youngster coming through. He still needs like a senior player. He still needs like a senior player ahead of him, so he can learn from that senior player before he officially starts in about maybe 2-3 seasons. I give him, then he should be starting. So James Maddison, he doesn't play as centre mid as much because Leicester like to play 4-2-3-1. So he does play at cam more. Whereas aouar, Lyon do like to play 4-2-3-1, but they do like to play that 4-3-3 as well. So he floats between the centre mid role and the cam role. According to the statistics, they both done well. You have to keep in mind that they both played. Maddison played 31 games, aouar played 30 games, so not much difference there. But you have to keep in mind that Maddison was injured in the second half of the season. But in those 31 games, he still got 8 goals, 5 assists. That's 12 goal involvements. Or 13 goal involvements, in fact. Whilst aouar in 30 games in Ligue 1, he's a year younger. He got 7 goals, 3 assists. That's 10 goal involvements. But you have to keep in mind, James Maddison does play at cam more. He plays in that 4-2-3-1, plays further forward more, so you expect him to get a lot more goals and assists. And as well as that, he has a better striker ahead of him. Keep in mind, Leicester were doing well in the Prem as well, so that did boost his attack, like his numbers. And in the second half of the season, Jamie Vardy wasn't scoring as much. Maddison got injured. If that didn't happen, maybe he would have got a lot more goals and assists. But he is English, he is 24 years old, and he does play in the Premier League. And with those statistics, with those 8 goals, 5 assists, 31 games that in the Prem, that clearly shows that he plays a lot of games in the Prem. He gets goals, he gets assists, and he's English. That all boosted his price. So right now, 8 goals, 5 assists, 31 games. That's James Maddison. Whereas aouar's 30 games, 7 goals, 3 assists. But 60 million euros or 60 million pounds compared to aouar, who's a steal at 20 million pounds. You see that difference? 20 million pounds for aouar. His statistics are similar to James Maddison. James Maddison does excel in some parts. You have about 1 tackle and interception. He doesn't do a lot of defensive work, whilst James Maddison does play in a pressing system, which Arsenal do need someone that can press, with Maddison doing at 1.5 tackles and interceptions combined, a lot more than aouar, clearly showing that he's willing to press. He does do, in the attacking side of things, he does 2.4 shots. aouar does 2.3 shots, not much difference there. There's not much difference with the key passes. 1.4 key passes compared to 1.3 key passes. Also, there's a massive difference with the dribbles. 0.9 dribbles compared to 1.5 dribbles. But he does do a bit more defending, a little bit more shots and key passes. They both do about 1 long ball a game, and they both do average about 32 passes a game. But Maddison does 83% pass success rate, whilst aouar does 86%. The reason that aouar, in my opinion, does 86% and does slightly more because, especially with his dribbling as well, is because he has played that centre mid role, which requires him to get up the pitch a lot more, which requires him to do a lot more passing. And this is what Arsenal need to decide. The statistics show that because Maddison plays further forward, he does press more, he does take slightly more shots, and he does have a bit more, of the goals and assists. As well as that, he's got that experience of the Premier League. All of that clearly shows that he's better than Houssem Aouar. But Houssem Aouar is 1 year younger at 23 years old. And he's got 7 goals, 3 assists. It clearly shows, and he's got 1.5 dribbles and 2.3 shots. So it clearly shows, that Houssem Aouar can play in a cam role with just 2.3 shots and the 1.3 key passes. But it clearly shows he can also play in that centre mid role at 1.5 dribbles and also the 86% pass success rate. So Arsenal need to decide what positions and roles they want to play. Do they want to become a 4-3-3 team, which will mean that Houssem Aouar will be better to Arsenal and at £20 million would suit our budget? Or do you also want to really go for a creator and pay £60 million and play 4-2-3-1? Because I feel like what James Maddison will provide is Premier League experience and his English for the homegrown quota that will benefit us. But in my opinion, I think Arsenal should go for Houssem Aouar. And these are my reasons. Number 1, he can play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, the centre mid / cam role. His stats are similar to James Maddison. He's 1 year younger. He's better at the passing with a higher pass success percentage. He gets dispossessed less at 0.9 compared to getting Houssem Aouar 0.6. And he does an alright amount of pressing. And I feel like Mikel Arteta could bring a bit more defensive work into Houssem Aouar. And also, I feel like it'll benefit Houssem Aouar having someone like an Aubameyang or Lacazette, slightly better strikers ahead of him. Especially, they've got Premier League experience as well. And also, we've got Pepe, who is natural in the 4-3-3 formation because he's played that with Lille in Ligue 1 and he's played that with Arsenal in the Premier League before. He's switched between 4-2-3-1. We've got the natural winger, so he can combine with Houssem Aouar. I feel like, as good as James Maddison is, £60 million for an injury-prone 24-year-old, even though he's got very good statistics, a lot of shots, a lot of key passes, he gets goals, he gets assists, but he's £60 million. So out of this transfer battle, me reading you the statistics, I clearly say for £20 million, Arsenal get Houssem Aouar over the line. You can play centre mid, 4-3-3. You can play cam, 4-2-3-1. Similar statistics to Maddison. Yes, you can say he's playing for Ligue 1 Lyon. But you can only do well for the club you play for, in the league you play for. And in Ligue 1, he's clearly showing he's a bright spark. So, there's a transfer battle of Maddison versus Houssem Aouar. According to the statistics and the way Arsenal want to play, I think Houssem Aouar will be better, a lot cheaper, more versatile, and has similar statistics to James Maddison. Other than that, you can leave your comments below about who you think is better and who Arsenal should get as their centre attacking midfielder. Subscribe if you're new around here, and peace.